it's my ex-husband, my new boyfriend, and their divorce attorney. You're going to show you the safety features of Boeing 737-800 series. It's been a long day for me. To properly fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat end of the buckle. To release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt tight and low across your hips like my grandmother wears her support bra. It's a safety information card. Take it out, check it out. You'll notice in the highly unlikely event that the captain lands near a hot tub, everybody gets their very own teeny-weeny yellow Southwest bikini. One size fits all. To activate the flow of oxygen, simply insert 75 cents for the first minute and 50 cents for each additional minute. And if you're traveling with small children, we're sorry. If you're traveling with more than one child, pick out the one that you think might have the most earning potential down the road.
The business of business is people. Yesterday, today, and forever. The intangibles of spirit, in our view, are more important than the tangibles of things. Why? First of all, it's a matter of morality and of ethics. But secondly, from a purely business standpoint, the tangibles can always be purchased. All airlines have airplanes. But the intangibles are far more difficult for competitors to replicate. Esprit gets things done well and fast. Communicate, 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 and communicate, but not in corporate speak or bureaucraties, which is not only boring, but hardly understandable. Establish culture committees, in effect, as missionaries to spread the word and keep the fire of culture burning. And constantly honor and constantly celebrate employees who display golden rule behavior, inside or outside the work environment.
We live in a world now where people demand a purpose at work. They demand a clear mission of why they're there. People don't tend to just work for a paycheck anymore. They want to make a true difference.
One thing that blew me away right from the start was this sort of passion that people have. As soon as I walked in the first building, I mean, you saw that people cared about what they did, and when they talked about open source, it like comes through their skin. So that was something I learned right off the bat, and it was really interesting to me about why people are involved in this organization and what they are hoping to do, that it really is about changing the world.
Newer organization models, what we're calling the open organization, are much more based on coordination, aligning actions of people, but rather than proscribing who gets to make the decision, you let that be a bit ambiguous. You let the organization itself figure that out. You work to align people to have the context and the capabilities to ultimately make decisions, and then you let that organization kind of drive forward to actually solve that problem. I talk about it in the book, the importance of purpose and passion in really kind of igniting performance in the company.
You don't need to micromanage them. There is no micromanaging here, and it's really a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you.
Politics as a kind of concept is probably the absence thereof within Morningstar is probably the most interesting thing that most people notice almost immediately. You know, there's no kind of trying to climb the ladder or vying for resources that are kind of scarce and being doled out by somebody.
All of us are free to, buy what we need to buy to do our job right.
It's not that there is unlimited funds. It's simply that you have the ability to expend the resources you need as long as you get the appropriate, get people involved who have expertise and are going to be affected by it. You have the ability to spend the money.
If I need to spend $80,000 on a lab instrument, I buy the lab instrument. At my other company, that doesn't fly. Not only would I not get it, the process to get to that point is very difficult.
The things that quash people are overwhelming bureaucracy and red tape, inability to do the things that beyond a shadow of a doubt, are the things that need to be done.
I think the people on the floor are probably the best ones to make the decisions, We see it run, we've done the maintenance on it, we know more about it than anybody.
Kind of fundamental to our way of doing things is that the person with the most insight, the most knowledge, should be the person making the decision, period, end of story.
Knowledge is what gets you respect here, not a job title.
Company culture is our main business strategy. It's the #1 priority of the company.
I think that we've always felt that competitors could copy our selection, they can copy our shipping, but one thing that could never be copied was our company culture.
Because at the end of the day, it's just life.
The Zappos culture is unlike anything else I've ever seen. We joke that it's happier than Disney.
It's like a family. It's like this big family, and we're happy to see each other. We come to work, we enjoy it, and we have fun here.
Research tells us that as a city doubles in size, the productivity of its citizens increase by 15%. And unfortunately, the opposite tends to be true for companies. So Holacracy is our new organizational system to make Zappos run more like a city. We're asking managers to distribute authority to their teams, right? And to get rid of their titles, which is an incredible ask, first of all. But we're also asking team members to step up and take ownership over their work in a way that maybe they haven't before. The idea is that when you distribute authority and you make sure that people take ownership over their work and you're not busy overseeing the work of other people, that it frees up capacity so that you can do all of those projects that you've had on your to-do list for months and months, but you just haven't had the bandwidth to do.
This is why I think we need to lean left or right, or maybe change the whole thing. And people just want to know that you have a vision, that you're going to be accountable for it, and you're going to be honest about what's working and not working. And I think the last piece that I think is most important in leadership is, sometimes I use the concept, are you an energy creator as a leader? Or are you someone that may be excessively critiquing? If you look at what the % of the time do you praise?
The trend in most workplaces is less space, privacy, cost. Google won't say what all this costs, only that it's worth it.
We look at it as a long-term investment in our people. We want to be able to train them and hang on to them.
I think what makes Google different to every other organization in the world, it's its internal cultures. It's the freedom that we give to our employees to pursue their own ideas, and it's the fact that we treat everyone the same.
The Brasilata suggestion system, which was implemented in 1987, surpassed 1 million suggestions and ideas in 2012. That resulted in a substantial number of successful projects and new products. These ideas had a positive impact in the development and improvement of production processes, of management systems, and in working conditions in general.
Every new Brasilata employee is hired as an inventor, independent of the job he will be doing. Brasilata's success is due to the work and dedication of its inventors.
The most important thing about running a company is to remember all the time what a company is. A company is simply a group of people, and as a leader of people, you have to be a great listener, you have to be a great motivator, you have to be very good at praising and looking for the best in people. People are no different from flowers. If you water flowers, they flourish. If you praise people, they flourish, and that's a critical attribute of a leader.